What's up, guys? Boy Benny. Elon Musk says that gross incompetence is indistinguishable from malevolence. And what that means is if you're really, really stupid or bad at a job, then you're going to sabotage everything. Something horrible is going to happen, and it's going to be terrible. And because you're so bad at a job, if you're doing something that could get someone killed or get somebody hurt, you could be charged. I mean, quite frankly, you can be charged if you leave your dog, right, in a hot car. Let's say you're distracted, go into Starbucks, you can leave your dog in a hot car. Cop finds that car, smashes the window, they'll charge you. They'll charge you with animal abuse. You'll go to jail. You'll get fined. You'll go to prison for stuff like that. So what about when the agency who gets billions of dollars from us, has 8,000 agents, is tasked with keeping bullets out of presidential candidates, and a bullet goes into President Trump, right in his head? What about that? What'll happen to you? And at what point do you say that the negligence and incompetence that led to this borders or tips over into malevolence, meaning you wanted something horrible to happen to Donald Trump? Whoo, baby. You know what? I've been up and saying it on social media today, and I don't care. I don't care who sees it here. It is absolutely an obvious reality that there are those inside of our government who wanted President Trump dead and created the conditions for the president to get a bullet in the head. That's it. You're gonna have to prove, ladies and gentlemen, that this isn't the case, in fact. And get a load of this. Members of Congress, including a sniper named Eli Crane, who's a former Navy SEAL serving Arizona's 2nd District in Congress, is at the assassin's site today.
Up here on the building where the supposed sniper took his shot. It's not that steep at all. We just had a 70-year-old man back here climb up on the roof easily. See that water tower behind me? Had Secret Service or anybody had sniper teams up there, this guy wouldn't have made it 5 feet up this roof. He would have been taken out. Behind me, you see the windows that Secret Service was supposedly in the 2nd floor of this building behind. Makes you wonder why they weren't able to quickly dispatch the individual. And then behind me, back over here where those red roofs are, that's where the stage was set up. That's where the president was giving his speech from. A lot of questions here in Butler, but we look forward to doing oversight and getting to the bottom of it and making sure it never happens again.
So this guy's a former Navy SEAL sniper, and he says, oh, look, this is where the Secret Service was, in Butler, Pennsylvania. They had a clear view of where the assassin would be. Would you look at this? Look out that window. Here we go for your viewing pleasure. Do you think you would have been able to... you can see the red barns there. You can see the roof. And you can see where you would be able to see the Joe Biden donor assassin crawling upon the rooftop. You'd think that Secret Service would, like, get rid of this guy, right? Given that situation, given that scenario. So this is something that's leading a lot of people, especially members of Congress, into asking some really tough questions. And that's what happened when Kimberly Cheatle was in Congress today. Like, for instance, Kimberly Cheatle couldn't answer how many bullet casings were on that roof. Why can't you answer that? What are you hiding? Kimberly Cheatle couldn't answer why she uses encrypted messaging apps when she's speaking with the White House. And she certainly couldn't answer something that was just dropped a second ago, which is all the very strange connections to the Trump assassin. But ladies and gentlemen, we had those questions asked. And more importantly, the reason why Congress has a system set up, a subpoena system set up, is that you can punish people who don't answer questions like that. Because they were asked, and Kimberly Cheatle came with 0 answers. The great Anna Paulina Luna made sure that Kimberly Cheatle knew that this was not acceptable, and that she could be fined, impeached, and or charged with perjury before Congress. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, she deserves it. Without question, the most savage, direct attack against Kimberly Cheatle in her lives today came from the great Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna from Florida. Go.
Director Cheatle, can you please give me the names of the individuals who are in charge of your conduct for the rally?
I'm not going to release names.
Can you give me the
today.
titles? And how many individuals?
No.
Nothing?
We had a full advance team that was responsible for advancing
How many
the site.
people are the final approval authority?
There are a number of people
Can you
that
give me a number?
are engaged in approving
Can you
the
give
plan.
me a number?
No, I do not have
Okay.
a firm number.
Can you just confirm whether or not, I understand this is an open investigation, but in order to dispel conspiracy theories, have you guys been able to subpoena the shooter's Discord records, or has the FBI, to your knowledge?
I believe that the FBI is working on those.
Okay. Is it factual to say that you have not ruled out that the shooter was working with other people or persons?
Again, the FBI is conducting the criminal investigation into
Can
the
you,
shooter.
at least in an effort to dispel conspiracy theories, can you confirm or deny that?
At this time, we do not have that there were any other people engaged.
So you believe he was acting alone?
I do.
Okay. Have you been made aware of multiple eyewitness reporting that there was a second shooter on a water tower?
I do not have any information related to any second shooter.
Okay, the reason I asked that is because according to testimony from multiple witnesses, they did report that. And again, to my understanding, there were over 40 sniper teams that were briefed by the Butler ESU. And I want to make sure that people are aware, if you're saying that there's not another shooter, that we are able to clear that information, because from this whole entire briefing, it doesn't seem like much information has been able to get out to the American people. So I'm trying to dispel rumors, as I'm sure you understand. Was it true that Secret Service was present at the Butler ESU briefing?
There was a briefing between the counter sniper teams
Was
that were working
Secret
on the
Service
ground.
present?
Yes, to my knowledge.
Okay, I want to read you a report from people that seem to be throwing you under the bus and stated that they were in attendance and that Secret Service was not in attendance at the security briefing, according to individuals with knowledge, to also include that the AGR building where the shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks was located was actually not a part of their security perimeter for that. So there was not Secret Service present. It seems as though that when you were asked earlier from Rep. Kristamorthy about whether or not Secret Service was aware of a threat, you had said no, they were unaware of a threat. And yet, according to communications, again, from law enforcement that were in some of these group chats, they actually had reported that Secret Service was made aware of a threat at around 5:59 p.m. as a part of the command, including Secret Service, aware of messages and requests about information about the suspect's location. Can you please tell me if you have knowledge of that at all?
Again, I think we're conflating the difference between the term threat and suspicious.
But you guys did have knowledge at 5:59 p.m. according to those group chats, did you not?
Of a suspicious individual.
Okay. Chairman, in my opinion, according to some of the testimony today, I feel that you have perjured yourself in some instances. And so I'm going to ask for a full review of the transcripts by staff. And if you find that to be the case, I do ask that you bring perjury charges against the director. I will say this, it is very frustrating, and I've talked to my colleagues and we've said it to your face, that you have been up here basically stonewalling our ability to get the answers to the American people. And what I will also say is that every single member of Congress does not feel safe with you in charge. You have heard that, and I think that we are all sitting ducks with you in directing the Secret Service currently. But more importantly, it sends a message to our adversaries that we are not protected, and we are one of the strongest countries in the world, so you have essentially made us a less safe country because of it. As a result of that, I'm asking you to formally step down. I share my same opinions as my Democrat colleagues. And I also think that your efforts to bring forward a full investigation and report in 60 days is unacceptable. And as a result of that, I'm going to do everything in my legislative toolkit to ensure that that happens sooner rather than later. And I'm sure that you know that we brought a vote on inherent contempt against Garland for essentially blocking a congressional investigation. And I don't think that you should be any different. So I will say that I am just completely disgusted by your performance today. And I understand that you're probably in a position where you're being told not to testify, which is why we had to subpoena you. I think that goes back to Garland. But again, that is part of the flushing that we need to get out of Washington, and I would be happy to assist in that process. Chairman, I yield the rest of my time.